You are often the quietest person in the room. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you're watching everything. While conversations bounce around you, your mind is already 3 layers deeper, tracking tone, intention, inconsistencies, and what isn't being said. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people miss. The people who speak the least often carry the most precise thoughts. This isn't shyness. This isn't social anxiety. This is a different cognitive operating system. Silence, for you, isn't absence, it's compression. And once you understand why your brain works this way, you stop trying to explain yourself and start trusting your depth. You pause before speaking. You rarely jump into conversations immediately. Most people rush to fill silence to stay visible. Your brain engages in mental editing. You internally verbalize before externalizing. Thoughts are filtered, refined, compressed. What comes out has already passed multiple internal checks. This is meta-cognition in real time, thinking about thinking before releasing it. That pause isn't hesitation, it's quality control. You say fewer words, but they land heavier. When you do speak, people tend to listen. Others talk often but say little. You operate with high signal-to-noise awareness. Your mind rejects verbal clutter. You instinctively remove unnecessary language, leaving only what matters. This gives your words density. They hit deeper because they're not diluted. You're not trying to be impressive, you're trying to be accurate. You observe social dynamics instead of performing them. You watch interactions more than you participate in them. Most people seek attention through constant expression. This reflects low social reward sensitivity. Your brain doesn't get dopamine from being seen, it gets it from understanding. You're oriented toward patterns, motives, and subtext. Silence gives you data. You don't disappear in groups, you map them. You think internally in full sentences. Your inner dialogue is rich and structured. Many people only think clearly once they speak out loud. This shows advanced internal verbal processing. You don't need external conversation to clarify your thoughts. Your mind already runs simulations internally. That's why you don't brainstorm out loud. You arrive already synthesized. Speaking is the final step for you, not the first. You avoid speaking unless there's value. You don't talk just to fill space. Others fear silence and rush to avoid it. You have a strong authenticity orientation. Your brain rejects performative speech. If something doesn't add clarity, depth, or truth, it doesn't pass your internal threshold. This isn't withdrawal, it's selectivity. You respect language too much to waste it. You notice what people miss. You catch subtle shifts in tone, posture, or energy. Most people focus only on words. This is cognitive filtering at a high level. By staying quiet, your sensory bandwidth stays open. You're not busy broadcasting, you're receiving. That gives you contextual awareness others simply don't access. Silence sharpens perception. You are often misread as distant or mysterious. People project assumptions onto your quietness. Loud expression is mistaken for confidence. Your depth creates interpretive ambiguity. When you don't externalize constantly, others fill the gaps. But that mystery isn't a flaw. It's a byproduct of internal complexity. You're not withholding, you're integrated. You don't need to announce yourself to exist. You prefer precision over speed. You take time to respond thoughtfully. Most people prioritize immediacy over accuracy. This reflects deliberate cognitive pacing. Your mind values correctness and alignment. You'd rather be slow and exact than fast and shallow. That's why your responses feel considered, because they are. You don't react, you respond. You feel drained by excessive small talk. Surface-level conversation exhausts you. Others use it as social fuel. You have depth-oriented processing. Your brain seeks meaning, not repetition. Small talk offers little informational or emotional return, so it depletes you. Silence, on the other hand, restores balance. You're not antisocial, you're selectively social. You speak when something matters to you. You become articulate when discussing meaningful topics. Many people talk most when nothing is at stake. This shows value-aligned expression. When your internal values activate, language flows effortlessly. That's because your thoughts, emotions, and identity are integrated. You don't speak to be heard, you speak to express truth. Your voice activates with purpose. You become comfortable letting others reveal themselves. You listen more than you share. Others overshare to control perception. This reflects self-integration. You don't need validation through exposure. Silence allows others to show who they are without interference, and you remember everything. Quiet people gather leverage without trying. You don't fear silence, you use it. You're at ease when conversations pause. Most people rush to escape quiet moments. Silence is your cognitive workspace. For you, silence isn't emptiness. It's where insights form, patterns connect, and thoughts finalize. You don't fear it because you know what happens inside it. Silence is where your intelligence organizes itself. If you've recognized yourself in these patterns, understand this. You don't talk less because you lack confidence. You talk less because your mind works in layers. Your silence isn't absence, it's compression, precision, and depth. Not everyone will understand you, and they don't need to. You're not built for noise. You're built for meaning. Comment silence or drop the number of the point that hit the hardest.